Welcome back to the channel, guys. Sun is directly in my eyes. Nice early morning sunrise, but we're gonna do a walkthrough of a 2027 Euphoria XLT. We'll start on the outside, we'll jump on the inside. Make sure you stick around. There's a few new things in there as well. So you've seen this wrap a few times. This is new for this year. It's going into that 27 year as well. Same side steps that we've done in the past, so they're on both sides. Still the Be a Goodrich KO3s, 295 7017s. And right now still you have the Falcon shocks in there, so it's the Van Compass 4.3 kit, which you'll see leaf springs in the back, adjustable shocks were done there, and then we add auxiliary shock up front. Moving around to the very front of this rig, changed the hood design a little bit. So the hood used to come all the way over to the side, but being that the wrap now goes all the way through the doors, we wanted to leave a larger gap through there design-wise. So we have the hood shrunk, I guess we'll call it, with the pinstripe on each side just to hold that vinyl down. This rig does have a few of our options. You've seen we do LP4s, but this one doesn't have it, but it has a triple R grill lights. Standard up front though is the rest of the items, which are the Baja fog lights in that bumper, Flatline Vanco front bumper with the Warn winch, our Fairlead with Nomad in it, and then the Flatlink XL, nice and beefy. You're gonna have a skid plate in that front as well, and then depending on the state, it has a license plate bracket, but if you wanted to, you can take those two bolts off, take that off, and put those two back to hold the skid plate on if you don't need a front plate, but it's always gonna ship with it there if you need it. And before we go around the driver's side, underneath that hood is an ARB compressor. So there's a chuck under the hood, which is on this side, and then there'll be a chuck in the back, which we will show you as well. You're gonna have a 31-gallon gray tank under there with a heat pad. Now that it's outside, we'll just bedline that real fast. Going to the back, we've talked about it, I don't even know how many times at this point, but a super single swap. So if you're new here, dualies, take them off, put one tire. The spare in the back is front or back. It's engraved spare, which we will show you. You have our newer wheel wells. The only thing real different is just we beefed them up, changed the design a little bit, and added a back plate there, which also beefed it up, which hides some of the frame rail and stuff to make it a little prettier. So all aluminum wheel wells there. You're gonna have the gravity fill, your smart plug, and then you'll have the driver's side of the garage here. This has a few things in there. It's getting shipped to a show, so those are some sandbags and things like that for when we get out there. Switch here for the gray tank heater, so it's self-regulating. A switch, an outdoor shower, and then some passive vents throughout. This is a twin bed, so you're going to have two passive vents, not the center one, because you'll see when we get in there, there'll be steps. Jumping to the back. This bumper was redesigned recently. Just kind of nothing anyone's going to be able to tell. We beefed up the actual hitch area and just kind of contoured this a little bit different on the sides. Most people won't tell. We just try to perfect everything we can, so we just change it up a little bit. Baja backup lights, so that's on one of the S-Pod switches. Those are standard. If you're reversing and it's just super dark out, flip those on for extra light. You're now also gonna have some pre-drilled holes here. That's just we had extra space, and we're like, let someone do something with this, because people were adding Rotopex anyway, so now we just pre-drilled and tapped the spot for Rotopex mounts. Spare that we talked about before, it says spare. Now you know what it is, right? The way it's mounted right now would be in the front, but you can see it's surfaced here and has some recessed holes facing the other way. That's why there's so many holes. That would be for the rear of the vehicle. So you would get off the trail, get off the highway, whatever you're doing, get your tire fixed, throw the spare back on these, back spot here. Flatline Vanco cargo box is always included. So, we hastily just threw things in there because we're shipping it to a show. But some of these items, or everything besides this air compressor stuff, is always included. When you have an air compressor option, you'll have an inflate and a hose for that as well, but there's just a few things in there. You can put them anywhere. I use this for outdoor cooking. There's like a grill spot, which is pretty sweet, but tons of room. It's just exterior storage. Everyone always asks, what's the point of it? It's just more storage. Who doesn't like more storage? Speaking of more, are you guys subscribed yet? Come on, join the family. Going on to the passenger side, more of the same. We didn't mention dimensions. 32 wide, 36 high, and call it 82 across here by the time you get to these struts and stuff. So it's pretty massive. I've had plenty of clients fit like 4 bikes in here. Obviously you're taking tires off. One guy has a ton of stuff you can't even see inside, which is pretty cool. I believe I've seen a couple people just add some tray slides. We won't do that in-house. That's all for you guys to do later, but options for everything down there. These are also keyed the same as that entry door. This is just your exhaust for your heater, which is hydronic, so that's going to be your hot air as well as your hot water. Let's go take a peek on the inside. So again, we mentioned this is a twin bed. You can probably see it over my shoulder, but we're gonna start passenger and just whip around the whole rig. So our fridge stack is still all the same. Nova Cool 6800, fridge and freezer below. So it's massive. I'm not a small guy. I can fit more than enough food than I need. Extra locks when you're driving. What I call the linen closet, because it's right behind or front of the shower. The shower's behind me, so towels and things like that can fit in there, or anything else you want. Overhead storage. It's full storage, full width, long stuff on this side, otherwise you get a stool to reach it. These are blackout curtains for your actual front windows and doors. Even though you have a thermal curtain here, that drops down. So if you didn't want to drop this down, you want to put those up, you could, and leave this, because that passenger seat does spin and get into this entranceway a little bit. That way you can, incorporate an additional person if need be. The twin bed has a slightly larger shower. So our shower was already massive, but I mean, now look at it. It's just ridiculously sized big. So tons of room. Quite frankly, you fit 2 people, maybe more. But lost our train of thought here. Oh, happy temperature. When you have a lot of people in here, someone's got to have the happy temperature. So let that person figure it out. On, off, turn it on. Get yourself wet, turn it off, soap up, turn it back on. There's no remixing. It's already mixed. Get all the soap off you for a faster shower. There's 50 gallons of fresh, and again, all of it could be hot. But if you want to stay out longer, don't waste all that water in long showers. Speaking of showers, that would be your actual shower door when you're actually showering. You can see there's venting here, venting up above, and with the vent right there, you can suck out all that steam. People always say, "Oh, what about the steam? What about the steam?" Cool, let it take it all out. Sometimes I let it warm up the vehicle if I forgot to leave the heat on while I was out camping. It's also dimmable. Again, whether you're by yourself or with others, dimmable is fun. Big old mirror here, that way I can see how unhappy I am with myself, but for everyone else, you can see yourself get dressed. Just leave it all in. Oh man. Going down, we're on the driver's side now. So, big old sink, plenty of room. I don't know if you can tell, my hands aren't small. Maybe they're not that big, who knows? But you can move this around as well. Soap dispenser here, paper towel holder above. Then you're gonna have the convection, microwave, and air fry. Look, you can make a whole chicken. I don't think I would, but you could apparently. I only ever used the air fry and the microwave. I've never done the power convection. I know my mother has. She's baked things, which is that's what you use convection for, which is pretty cool. I just don't have that time. When I realize I'm hungry, I'm hangry, so I gotta eat. Going down, upper cabinets. 2 big old cabinets here. Outlet for the microwave. These are carpet lined, sound deadening, down, up and up, below, down, whatever it's gonna be. Below, right in here, sound deadening. Carpet lined bottoms. You can hear it's solid. These are aluminum powder coated cabinets. It would literally outlast everything, including the rig, us, kids, so on and so forth. I think I tightened this for transport already. There are 4 seat belts. We'll look behind me when I get there, and this does have full storage. I'm just gonna leave in a few things because the shipper is on his way. 32 by 75. You will have night light above it, little shelf on each side, and then additional 6 feet of cabinetry back there. You're also gonna have an outlet on the nightstand. I know we didn't have that in 26. A lot of people need like CPAPs or just additional charging or whatever you need. And then in the steps here, you're still gonna have a massive drawer. I don't know what you're putting there. Maybe I don't want to know. But a big old drawer. 2 steps to get in. They are like residential. They're like 8 inches each, I think. You can still sit here and hang out. So I mean, if you wanted to, someone could sit here, someone could sit there. Quite frankly, someone could push themselves back. You can have 4 people hanging out here, 4 people on the benches, throw a chair at the entry door, swivel that passenger seat. I lost count, but that's, let's count again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 people with no one standing. So that's pretty cool. If it's crappy weather, have at it. You might have seen for 27, we are now doing a TV here. People seem to like it. So it's gonna face both beds. It's locked. It's gonna swivel out to face the front. So while you're hanging out on the benches, you can still watch it. And then if you were to take a look behind it, instead of making it solid, we made a little shelf. So controller, other things can kind of fit here as well. And then again, it swivels back once we figure it out. There we go. And locks in. You can kind of just throw the rest of the cord in there. That way it's locked in for driving, doesn't come out. No storage under the benches, I'm sorry, under the beds, because from this wall back is that garage space. On this side is 3,000 watt inverter, the solar controller, everything. Speaking of solar, 1,200 watts on the roof. We'll just do a quick spec at the very end. But all Victron components here. Behind me are the 2 Lithionics batteries, so 16.9 kilowatt hours of battery bank. The actual router for the Starlink is there. Water pump under the right foot, 50 gallons of fresh here, so everything just lives here. Plenty of access to it. Partial storage here, which we can show. So you're gonna have storage on the right side. All your fuses and breakers on the left side of this bench. Speaking of benches, you really sometimes wouldn't want to, because this is your step in your alleyway. These cushions are sized if you wanted to put some boards in here that we can supply underneath a bench or something and turn this into a bed. Now it defeats the purpose of the fact that you're able to get out easily, because then you're stepping over people. But if you are having guests, kids, whatever, on a small trip, you can make this a bed as well. And there is 4 seat belts, so you can seat 6 people while you're driving. Bug screens, blackout shades, and then the all awning out. So if you were to click all these little buttons and spin every handle, kind of hear those notches. Each notch is a spot where it could stop. And then when you keep going, it brings it back in. Little slits here. So if you wanted air but wanted to feel safe, you can lock them all in there so you have airflow. It's hard to tell. Not much, but some, without somebody touching your window, because quite frankly there are weird people out there. Leave that open for a second, it feels good. More storage here, so another 60 inches of cabinets, 30 and 30. I know we used to have, I think, a bunch of doors, so we switched to 2 doors each. Just feels more comfortable and more finished look. Looking at our whole screen here, you're gonna have the Victron stuff here. That's just gonna give you information. Again, the sun's barely over the trees. The panels are about as dusty as can be, so it's still picking up nearly 200 watts. It's going to show the fresh. It's going to show the waste. Speaking of solar, we do have somebody that showed us a picture of 1140, which is wild for 1,200 watts. It's basically like 95%, which is, I'm sure it was high noon, and he was out in Utah, so it was just directly on top. But you can get a ton of solar. Does, even without all that solar, 11 something, you're pushing way more back into the system. But the air conditioning will run completely off the solar if it's sunny out, and not like this morning when it's not hot out anyway yet, but it's not enough wattage. It'll offset a little bit, but I think we have videos too of it offsetting completely, midday when it's the hottest as well. So a lot of times it'll run and we'll gain power too, and we'll end the day, 95%. Your deficit's overnight, so that's where that big battery bank helps. Dimmable main lights, dimmable shower, Starlink switch, outlets, 12 volts, USB-Cs and A's, awning action there, in, out. You can stop it any way you want. LEDs, tells you what it does, so it's pretty sweet. Controller there is for the hot water and for the heat in the entire rig. I think we kind of breezed over different things, but we do different toilet options. This one has the wrap-on toilet, so that's the Sunny. So it's in its bag, strapped in there. Take it out, that's a dry flush. It heat seals, throw away your little doggy bag of your waste. And off that goes. 3 drawers on this side, drawer and large door. That we have more bulky items can fit there. I think we breezed over that fridge stack. Big old drawer there as well. So massive. So much to vacuum that before I fire them. Facebook group that's one of the customers started. That's slowly, barely growing because I don't tell anybody about it until now. But you'll see a lot of customers that have added command hooks up here for hats, keys, things like that. On the side of the fridge as well for different items, which is pretty cool. Lost train of thought. Just trying to go over what we didn't go over. Solid surface countertops is normal. But, we show a lot of shorts. We show behind the scenes of all this. You've seen a lot of those. This is a fast walkthrough, we'll call it, of a completed unit for 2027. Specs again.
Can we do specs outside?
We can do specs outside. Keep this in. I make mistakes. Speaking of mistakes, did you guys subscribe yet? I'm just kidding. That's a bad one. No, make sure you subscribe. Watch along. Even if you don't want one, they're just fun to see when we build them, at least for me. Watch out for that wood. All right, specs while we're outside, while the sun's in my eyes, so I look like I can barely see anything. I'm also tired. I know you guys always say that. I am tired today. Oh, windows open, check that out. But rooftop, 1,200 watts of solar. So 3 down each side. There's 6 200-watt panels. Man, it's dusty up there. This guy's got to wash this fast. Down the center, Starlink, air conditioning, entry gland, fan. I don't think we showed the fan much, but we've done shorts on them too. Has a blackout curtain inside it, brushless, in, out, 10 speeds each way. It's pretty sweet. Battery bank, 16.9 kilowatt hours. It's a 48 volt system, so it's like 330 at 48. If it's 12 volts, 1320 amp hours, so a massive battery bank. Speaking of massive, secondary alternator. While you're cruising, not even on the highway, it could push back 6,500, I've seen it do more, watts. So you're talking 2 hours of charge time if this thing was just dead. You know, it does do a reserve mode, so at 10% it does turn off. Then you go in, hold the battery reset and turn it back on. It'll tell you have 10%. That was kind of like a warning, hey man, charge this before you're dead. So that's when you turn on the alternator or something like that. That would happen if it was not sunny out and it was just overcast for a crazy long time. Plus you're using a ton of power. Things can happen. You can run your batteries low, of course, if you're not moving much. Victron, everything else, solar controllers, 48 to 12s, the screen, things like that. 3,000 watt inverter / charger, so it does have shore power. It is set up with the smart plug for 30 amp. You can do 20 or 15 though, and that's on the screen. We always show you guys how to do that. I think I've rambled long enough. At this point, if you watched everything and you're still not subscribed, why are you here? Just subscribe. Start watching these more. But Nomad_RVs on Instagram shows a lot of shorts. There's a little bit different shorts on YouTube, so it'll be on both. But reach out in the comments. Tell us what you love about this. We'll show you, I think the last one was also green, maybe, I don't know. We'll do some shorts with the blue cabinets in there as well, so you can see different versions. And I've lost my train of thought completely. Get out of here and subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching.